We started the campaign against South Korea with a back four. Clausen, Brown, Ruggeri, Garret. I went for a back four because I wanted to play safe. I had the back three in mind, but I wanted to make sure that we had no banana skins, especially in the first game. I also wanted to see what the other teams did. My team knew how to use both the back three and back four systems, which we did in 1994 against Germany. That's 2 years earlier, when Franz Beckenbauer made his debut as national coach. The Germans played with two up front, so I put three at the back, five in midfield, and only one striker. We had Garriga, a very tall man. That's how we started against the Germans in Dusseldorf in '84. We demolished them 3-1. They had Voller on the left of their attack, so I put Trocero to mark him. I wanted Trocero to be all over him all the time. Then we had Brown as sweeper and last man, and I put Garret on our left, doing like Van Tichelen did for Holland, commuting from defence to midfield. We filled the midfield with our players and we took control from the outset. They fed Garreja with plenty of balls. Beckenbauer was shocked. They could not touch the ball. During the post-game press conference, Beckenbauer said, "Argentina is one of my favourites to win the World Cup. All the press asked me if I would pick Maradona after such a terrific display. My answer was yes, I will, so be ready. Diego will be my playmaker and captain." One journalist said to me that he could not see Diego fitting in that system. Then Beckenbauer shouted from the back of the room, "Carlos, if you don't play Diego, I'll take him." The whole room exploded in laughter. Let's go back to the World Cup game. Game 1, back 4, but with back 3 in mind. As we said, to play with 3, you need time to practice. And I really mean time. When Russo tried with Boca Juniors a couple of years ago, he needed it 3 years to get it right. So, 5 in the middle. The midfield is yours. Rinus Michels was so right. Win the midfield and the game is yours. Then our Brazilian friends started to use it. Cafu and Roberto Carlos going forward all the time and running in angles. Well, as far as we were concerned, we dominated the South Koreans, playing a safe 4-5-1. One victory in the pocket and the confidence grew. I could see it in their eyes. Then we played Italy, but as we said before, know your opposition well. Remember what I said about England and John Barnes? I remember telling Ruggeri, one of our defenders, "You will pay the squad a full barbecue for every goal Lineker scores." Lineker scored once, thanks, and Barnes ran riot through our defence. But we won the game, but Ruggeri had to pay. Let's go back to the Italy game. We played 3-5-2, with Pasculi up front together with Valdano. That could easily be changed by getting Maradona forward and getting Pasculi off. The Italians were all over Maradona, so Burruchaga became our free player. He started as a left midfielder, but was free to cut inside as many times as he wanted. He was free to run in angles in every direction. He became our leader. The Italians marked Maradona man-to-man, so Burruchaga had the surprise factor. With Pasculi alongside Valdano, Maradona stayed in midfield. When I took Pasculi off, Diego pushed forward. When Diego wasn't marked man-to-man, he could move around freely as well. Against England, I told him to start here, so the English will get to him there. I also asked him to cut inside like this. Against Italy, he started here. Bagni, his marker, would chase him everywhere. Diego used to struggle when he was marked man-to-man. Remember Cabrini doing a great job against him in '82? But slowly, we got him to learn how to cope with it. Against Italy, we found out how solid we were. We proved to ourselves we could be flexible and efficient at the same time. It was all about using our intelligence, and suddenly we were in the knockout stages. Against England, we had to change a few things once more. We had Giusti and Olortikachea playing wide in the midfield. It was a kind of 3-2-3-2. Both players were great, running in angles. I asked them to go deep into the enemy's defense, and they even swapped positions. But before England, we played Uruguay. I remember we were on the team bus listening to Scotland versus Uruguay. The players wanted to play the Scots. I wanted Uruguay. I honestly thought the Scots were stronger than the inconsistent Uruguay side. But Uruguay won, and we had to play them on our traditional derby. They knew us well, and we knew them well, and our back three did a great job against them. With Uruguay in the past, it was on to England, and then Belgium. I wasn't too concerned about Belgium, because I knew that with a bit of luck, we would be far too much for them. I went to see them play Spain alongside my friend Placido Domingo, the opera singer. I felt that Spain could be a real threat for us. Luckily, Sielemans, the Belgian striker, sent the game to extra time after a great counter-attack. Then they had penalties. The Belgians were exhausted. I remember going back to the team hotel thinking, we're going to make them run, these Belgians. Run like they've never run before. The real game was against England. Our back three played against the experienced up-front pair of Gary Lineker and Peter Beardsley. They loved to switch positions all the time, so we had to follow them with our stoppers. Ruggeri stood to Lineker, Cuchufo with Beardsley. But for these movements to work, the synchronization of the midfield had to be spot on. As I said, you need to train this system for at least 2 to 3 years. Now everything came down to one game, the final against Germany.